All right. Mr. Wiggum, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you do me a favor and just count to 1 to 5 for me?
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Thank you, sir. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth under penalty of law?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Wiggum. Would you please state your full name for the record?
Sure. It's Jack Whigham.
Where do you live, Mr. Wiggum?
I live in Los Angeles.
Where, if at all, did you earn your undergraduate degree?
I earned a degree in finance from the University of Florida.
In what year, if any, did you graduate from the University of Florida?
1998.
Do you have any graduate degrees, Mr. Wiggum?
I do. I have a law degree also from the University of Florida and graduated in 2002.
Mr. Wiggum, what do you currently do for a living?
I'm currently a manager representative for artists.
Would you please describe, Mr. Wiggum, for the jury what a manager representative does?
So we, represent writers, directors, actors, actresses, mostly in their pursuit of artistic endeavors. So I primarily focus on film and television, but, all artistic endeavors.
How does a manager representative get paid?
Typically via a commission.
What?
So industry standard is kind of 10% of whatever the deal is.
And Mr. Wiggum, what did you do professionally after you earned your JD at the University of Florida?
I was an attorney at a firm called Weil, Gottsville and Manges for approximately 3 years. And then I segued from there to a talent agency called CAA, Creative Artists Agency.
In what year did you start work at CAA?
I started there in April of 2004.
And Mr. Wiggum, in what capacity did you start working at CAA?
I started at the bottom, in the mailroom, shucking mail, and then became an assistant for one of the manager partners. And then in 2007, I believe I became an agent. And then right around 2014, I think, I began co-running the film and talent department there.
And when your job responsibility shifted to becoming an agent at CAA, would you please describe briefly for the jury what that entailed?
Sure. We were, also looking out for artistic endeavors on behalf of the clients, so writers, directors, actors, actresses, but we were also negotiating deals and, really pursuing film, television, producing deals on behalf of the clients.
Mr. Wiggum, did there come a time when you left CAA?
I did. I left in August of 2020.
What, if anything, did you do professionally after you left CAA in August of 2020?
So I co-founded a management production company called Range Media Partners in August of 2020 and have been working there ever since.
What type of company is Range Media Partners?
It's a management representation production company.
Do you know Johnny Depp?
I do.
Mr. Wiggum, when did you first meet Mr. Depp?
I actually met him very briefly on the set of Black Mass, which was probably, 2014 or 15, and then I met him very briefly at one of his music shows, but more substantively, I sat with him, I believe in the fall of 2016.
Did there come a time, Mr. Wiggum, when you became Mr. Depp's agent?
Yes.
When was that?
Right around October, I believe, fall of 2016.
Was that when you were still with CAA?
Yes.
When you first started with Mr. Depp as his agent, who, if anyone, assisted you?
I had two partners that I worked with Johnny. One was Brian Lord, and the other was Christian Carino.
Since starting to work with Mr. Depp as his agent in October 2016, have you had opportunities to observe him interacting with yourself and others?
Yes.
How would you describe for the jury Mr. Depp's demeanor on those occasions?
Objection relevant.
All right, what's the relevance?
The relevance is how he conducts himself professionally, which relates to his reputation, which is at issue.
All right, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
You may answer the question, Mr. Wiggum.
Sure. Johnny was always very nice, sweet, in fact, artistic, polite, and, very thoughtful, kind of uniquely thoughtful about how are you doing? How's your family? He was just a thoughtful person. He always has been.
Did he seem genuine?
Objection leading.
Oh, I'll sustain the objection.
To what extent, if any, did he seem genuine?
I'm going to object. How would he know?
I'm
Speculation.
not sure what objection that is, or
Speculation.
a speculation.
Foundation.
I believe he can testify as to that.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Her Honor says you may answer that question.
Okay. I found Johnny to be authentic. It was a genuine kindness.
And Mr. Wiggum, prior to you first becoming Mr. Depp's agent in 2016, October of 2016, who was his agent prior to that?
I believe it was Tracy Jacobs at a company called UTA.
And before you took over from Tracy Jacobs as Mr. Depp's agent, what, if any, research or due diligence did you do with respect to him?
Objection
A
relevance.
fair amount.
All right, what's the
Again, Your
relevance?
Honor, it goes to reputation, which is the core of the issue.
We're going to get into
I'll
hearsay.
sustain the objection. Next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Were you aware of Mr. Depp's professional reputation at the time you became his agent in October of 2016?
I would say objection leading, and I think it's going to call for hearsay.
I'll overrule at this point. Go ahead.
I believe I was.
What was your understanding, if any, of Mr. Depp's professional reputation at the time you began representing him as his agent in the fall of 2016?
Johnny's reputation, in my opinion, he was very well regarded and respected by peers in the artistic community.
Your Honor,
artistic.
I'm going to object. First of all, he says in his opinion, which he's not an expert witness, and second, he's now going into hearsay.
No, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Mr. Wiggum, Her Honor, you may continue.
Well regarded, respected, extremely talented, artistic.
Are you familiar